Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we're here today at PlayhouseSquare, and we're here with Karen Gahl-Mills, Executive Director of Cuyahoga Arts and Culture. Karen, thanks for taking time out of a very busy week.
It is indeed, yes. We are reviewing 128 project support grant applications this week.
So who is actually applying for this money? This is the cigarette tax money that people voted on a few years ago, and you have continued to offer this grant money not only to arts and culture groups, but talk about all the different kinds of groups that are applying for this.
Especially through our project support grant program, Thomas. This is where we get at arts and cultural activity that's happening in small nonprofits that don't have paid staff, but also healthcare organizations, community development organizations, folks that are doing interesting arts projects that could use some public support to make sure those projects are serving the public.
And this is really arts related, but it connects with all different kinds of industries, all different kinds of activities in the community.
That's right? Absolutely right. We have a very broad definition of arts and culture at CAC that includes nature and science. So we've looked at some ecological things and some community gardening sorts of things. We've also looked at all kinds of projects for CDCs and for healthcare organizations as they're trying to use arts and culture to better the community.
Talk also about where a lot of the money goes, which is for your operational support, your organizational support.
So 2 weeks ago in this very same room, we had 9 folks who came together to review 61 applications to the General Operating Support Program. This is meant for organizations who are primarily arts and culture focused and who have professional paid staff. But it ranges in all sizes, from the large organizations like IdeaStream and the Rock Hall to small organizations with budgets of under $250,000. It's not a function of size.
Right. And so you're careful, I guess, to make sure that a lot of groups, a lot of the nonprofits are able to apply for this money. And a lot of them then can also apply for project support, right?
It's actually one or the other. So
right.
You can apply for an operating support grant if you're an arts and culture organization. If you're not an arts and culture organization, or if you're a small one without paid staff, project support is the way in. And we do a lot of work to make sure that we're reaching out to all of the corners of the county, to our various suburban locations, to make sure that we're surfacing arts projects from all kinds of places.
Because a lot of folks, they probably don't know they're eligible to apply for this money, right? Because they don't normally think of themselves as arts groups, even though they're doing arts-related programming like music series, or they're bringing arts into their own industry.
Or they're doing art therapy in a healthcare institute, or they're doing a workforce jobs fair for arts and cultural organizations, or they're doing a film project that talks about a neighborhood. All of that is eligible based on our criteria. All you need to be is a 501c3 nonprofit and meet some basic eligibility criteria. And then you have to fill out an application, and it gets reviewed by people from out of town, which is what we're doing today.
And that's what's interesting, is it's a very rigorous process. I mean, you're very careful with the public money here. You're really looking closely at these grants. Talk about the people you've invited here really from out of state so that they're unbiased, right? And they
Absolutely.
have no connection really with any favorites or what have you.
Because everybody on the staff we're so invested in all of these organizations, we can't be impartial. And it's important that this is an impartial process. For our operating support program, you're absolutely right. We bring people from all over the country and all from outside of the state of Ohio. These are people at the top of their game from around the nation, funders, practitioners at the highest level. For the project support program, we do include professionals from the state of Ohio, but we stay away from the 16-county Northeast Ohio region. So today we have somebody from Dayton, we have somebody from Cincinnati, we have somebody from Columbus, and they're professionals at the top of their game looking to really learn about what's going on in Cleveland and help us make this process work.
Talk about how important this funding is. It's a huge amount of funding. At this point, Cuyahoga is giving away not only more money than the state of Ohio is
Yes.
To the arts. It's giving away probably more than any state is, except for 1 or 2 or 3 states in this country. It's a huge
amount of money.
Help.
It is. We've done $80 million of public funds invested in arts and cultural organizations and artists in the last 5 years. And I say it that way, that we invest it in arts and cultural organizations to the benefit of the community. That's what this money is for. Certainly all of these organizations struggle in their own ways, but they are all committed to serving the community, and so we think public funds should help them do that work.
What's the process here now? They've made their application. We've got the panelists making a very rigorous evaluation, and they vote on this. What happens next?
So the panelists in the room score each application, and then we go back and do some arithmetic and make sure the scores work. In the project support application program, you have to get a score of 70 or higher in order to get funded out of 100. And on November 19th at MOCA Cleveland, we will be announcing grant award amounts for both of our programs, both general operating support and project support. So between now and then, the staff has some homework to do to make sure that we've tallied everything correctly and that we get everything organized.
And then everyone gets the good news.
That's
and then
correct.
These projects will take place starting in what period?
Starting January 2013. For operating support, it's a 2-year grant. For project support, it's a 1-year grant. So projects that will take place throughout 2013.
Karen, thanks for jumping out. I know you're busy. You got a lot going on here today.
My pleasure.
Congratulations on running an excellent and very rigorous process here. Thanks for taking time to talk.
Thanks for
with us.
having us, Thomas. We appreciate your interest.
Thank you. Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in Cool Cleveland.